Hi, it's Sunday the 1st of November at 12:30 and today we are here, red solar earth. So solar number 9, the gateway day. And we started 9 days ago up here at red moon. As you can see, we're in the green castle, and so we're in the last castle of the 260-day cycle. So we're in the last 52-day process of authenticity and being the beacon of light. Planet with red moon is Mercury, and Mercury retrograde at the moment, which ends on the 3rd of November on the election day. And we've got Sun in Scorpio, and we've got Moon in Taurus, which is still the full moon, which took place at 10 to 3 UK time yesterday on Halloween, Samhain, the day of the ancestors. And so I'm just going to talk briefly about Samhain and the cards that I got for then. It was Taurus 8 degrees, which is my moon, so very significant for me. And also it was the exact degree of Uranus in Taurus. So again, an awakening to what's coming into light around the bullshit. And so again, the cards are just amazing. So Isis, resurrection. Isis, it is what it is. Connected to Taurus, as of course are the Pleiades. And again, if you want to know more information about this, just Google. Brings me the assurance that when I have lost my way, the path will be restored to me, and whatever is broken can be made whole again. So it's a challenging time, and I'll come back to that in a moment about what happened in the UK yesterday. What happened to you? That's the most important thing for you, is to check out what you were experiencing yesterday. I didn't make a video yesterday because I had a priority around my family and being together. 10 years ago, we were in Glastonbury checking it out as a place to move to. And now we're here, or I'm here, in a very different situation to what I was 10 years ago. And so take heart right now, have courage, because all of this process that we're going through is necessary in order for us to come into a heart-healing, heart-opening space of truth, as difficult as it may seem. And my journey has been extremely difficult in many ways, not compared to many people's. Many people are experiencing huge trauma right now. But know that in order for us to get clear, and in order for us to create something new, there has to be an ending, there has to be a death in order for there to be a rebirth. And of course, this is what Scorpio is all about. So the Isis card there is key, and the realm shift card from the Mayan Oracle. So 5-pointed star, that's us as a human being. Google that if you want to know more information about the 5-pointed star. Very key to magic in particular, and all that that means. But check out, have your own cookie trail, find out what it means for you. It's the shape of the human being, head, arms, legs, on one level. So realm shift, and again, this book is amazing, so highly recommend it if you want to tie it in with your Mayan calendar. So I'm just going to pick bits out. Quantum leap, expanded reality, web of possibility, assemblage points, and the unknown. So in any mystery school experience, we shake loose of what is called our assemblage points in shamanic terms. So we've created a web within ourselves, our light body, our understanding, our conditioned experience as human beings coming in with the DNA of our family line. And so to shake free of that at times often takes a big challenge in order to bust us out of a particular perspective and mindset. And that's what's happening on the planet now. So it is challenging, and it's what needs to happen in order for people to go into a different level of consciousness. Day 9s in any 13-day process are always about taking it to the next level. If you're a 9, if you're a solar, this is really key for you and your process. And I am a 9, I'm a blue solar hand. So today is a very key day for me. More about that in a moment. Next, we have the Thoth card. And again, this is really, really key. These are amazing cards. If you haven't checked them out, check them out. And again, I'll post links with more information with Eli and his website, because he puts so much information on there. But again, this is card number 6. So this is about how we do this process on an inner level, rather than how we do this with another. And, you know, it can be that relationship, but it's actually how we do relationships with everybody else is based on how we've been taught how to relate. And so we're just re-experiencing that over and over and over again. And this is key, because we have to keep experiencing things over and over again in order to understand what works and what doesn't work as a conscious creator. And if we're coming from a point of wanting to create something beautiful, lovely, respectful, harmonious, which is, you know, where Mercury has gone into Libra, and we're going over old ground around that, how to be the diplomat, but without sacrificing who we really are and being authentic. And also Venus has gone into Libra now as well. So it's really noticing whether we're doing people pleasing, you know, whether we're using coping mechanisms to try and survive right now, or whether we're genuinely coming from a place of diplomacy, having done our inner work. So this card is about the art and craft of relationship, and it's about choosing your path. The North Node is in Gemini until 2022. This is all about our soul journey around right relationships. So at the moment, we're learning a lot about what isn't right relationship, and the lockdown is coming again in the UK on the 5th of November, which is a very significant day because it's Guy Fawkes Day in the UK. And again, look that up, the history, bonfire night, what it actually means. Treason, and what happened to Guy Fawkes because he was deemed to be treasonous. So again, we can see all these repeating patterns happening. So in terms of the Lover's card, this is actually about coming into a place of love within and balance, again, of the masculine and feminine, and what needs to die so that we can have a healthy marriage with ourselves. And so again, this is about Gemini, the twins, and the spirit, and also the human being embodying the spirit. And the more that we work with what was coming to light, Uranus in Taurus, you know, which is this current bigger picture cycle that we're on, how are we embodying our spirit? How are we embodying truth rather than what we are simply thinking on an intellectual level? It's also interesting that both people in power in the UK, so Boris Johnson, and at the moment in America, so Donald Trump, are both Geminis. And so there's no coincidences. Once we start to look at the astrology on a deeper level, it gives us so much information. Okay, so I'm just going to do some cards for today. So to pick these. So the goddess card for today, of the gateway day of today, red earth is Uranus, so it's linked to the Uranus in Taurus. What's coming to light for you about where you are on planet Earth, where you want to be, and what you've experienced in the last 9 days. Okay, so interesting. Okay, so Journey, I can't pronounce the name, so apologies. I'm not even going to attempt it. I did think I would there, but no. Enable me to journey across the rainbow bridge to a level of loving consciousness. Here, let my spirit be energized so as to return to daily life revitalized and empowered with love. So absolutely, you know, this is what the 260-day wave spell is about letting go of our ancestral wounding. So whatever, if you journeyed yesterday, if you made a connection, so for example, I work with people who we focused on this, and over the past couple of days, in order to look at what our ancestors are trying to guide us around that's wise. Of course, we're here because of our ancestors, because they did something to survive, and it's how we keep what is good, what is wise now, and let go of what is not. You know, so if we've had to hide ourselves, if we've had to pretend to be something that we're not, if we've had to be in relationship with people in order to understand what cruelty is, what power imbalance is, now is the time to step away from anything that is hurting us and come into knowing that we are supported at this time to walk forward and create a new world by healing our hearts and letting go of what is no longer serving us. Okay, so the card for today is White Dog, which again is all about this. And the next solar gateway that we go through will be in White Solar Dog. And that will also be around the time of the new moon in Scorpio, which is a supermoon, which is on the 15th of November. But I will be doing a video about that. I will also be doing a workshop for White Dog about that as well. So our ancestors, our tribal patterning, White Dog, and the Sirius star, the grandfather sun, the energy of the galactic center that is bringing us a new way of being. And our role at this time is to surrender to that and trust the process and heal and know when to act and when not to act. And that's a tricky one, isn't it? But the more that you come into a place of not acting from your wounded ego, and I use emotional freedom technique for this, is that when you're triggered, when you've got anger or when you've got sadness, and you go into that and you feel that, and that's really what this evolution time is about, understanding that if we've got emotional triggers going on and we're not clear, we often act from an old story place. So the more we can clear that and come into clarity and see the logic, we can start to be really, really discerning, not buy into the fear story, and do what is right for human beings. We're coming into the age of Aquarius on December the 21st, with new codes coming in Saturn and Jupiter going into Aquarius at that time at 0 degrees. So this is a really, really powerful passage time. So I'm going to pick a Thoth card for today. Okay, so we've got the Hermit. So at this time of year, this is a really key time for becoming the hermit, stepping back, going within, having your own space to work on yourself. And Scorpio time is that time of everything dying back. This is not a time to launch new beginnings. This is during the dark half of the year. This is a time for going within, going over what's happened since the 30th of March when we've been in lockdown in the UK. Sorry, the 23rd of March. The actual spiral began on the 30th, so a week later. So it began here. Okay. So whenever we have a red, so with this red dragon begins every 260-day cycle, and it's what the Great Mother is bringing us for our conscious evolution. So the planet is Neptune, and this is about letting go of our delusions and illusions now, and how we've been conditioned to be in certain frameworks that are no longer serving us on planet Earth. So each castle has its own awakener, and so we have 52 days of red dragon, and we have 4 13-day cycles within each. I'm not going to go into all the details of each one now, but the white is the same with Red Skywalker. So what's coming to light around how we can focus on creating heaven on earth ourselves as an individual from that awakening. Then going into blue, Castle of Transformation, which is Red Serpent, all about healing our relationships. A really, really powerful time of 2 columns of 10 portal days. These black squares are portal days. And then going into yellow with Red Earth, seeing the manifestation of where we are on the earth, how we feel, how grounded we are. And now 52 days of being the authentic human being, being beacon of light. So the next portal that we have actually is tomorrow on the 2nd of November, and I will be doing a free webinar for people to connect. That's the anniversary for me of 10 years, going into my 10th year of being with the wave spell every day and working intuitively with whatever comes up for me on that day, and also mapping code. So this 13-day cycle that we're in is very significant for me personally, because it takes me from being a young woman at 1986, 21. These are Uranus gateways, and so every 7 years we have a powerful gateway, and 21 is a massive one. I lived in Crete at that time, and that shifted my paradigm completely around what was possible. I was looking for answers, I was looking for awakening, and it was huge on every level as a human being. And what I experienced there was very different to growing up in the UK, which is why I went and why I was looking for it. Then in 1991, which is today, was when I was 26, and around this time of year I went working for Wetherspoons in London, and again from the north of England, which was very different to being in the corporate, and just seeing how that has expanded over the years and where it is now. But also how any plans that we may have made up to now on the 3D level are now being massively challenged for most people. So who would have thought that Wetherspoons would be experiencing shutdown? And, you know, it's just trusting that what's coming to light now around this, around how certain mindsets and behaviours are creating power struggles for people, and how this fair? Is this the Aquarius age that's coming in? The patriarchy right at the end of that pattern of, you know, 800 years worth of history coming to an end to allow us to go into this new phase. What will happen? Well, it'll happen according to the individual. So whatever the individual chooses to do at this point, we're all pixels in the bigger picture pattern. So where each person is and what they do and how they heal will change their trajectory and change the planetary trajectory as a whole. So this 13-day cycle that we're in takes us from red moon to red cosmic dragon. And so it's showing us, are we in our heart space? Are we in a healed heart space? Are we still playing out old stories? Are we still being manipulated? Are we still manipulating others? Are we still hiding from truth? Are we still out of alignment with natural cycles? This time of year in the Northern Hemisphere is about hibernation, rest, rejuvenation, so that when spring comes, we will be in a really good space energetically. However, our society in the West is just about 24/7 burnout, more, consume more, do more, be more, and that's exhausting and cannot be sustained, and cannot be sustained for any other beings or the planet itself, which is why it has to stop. So I'm going to pick from a random. They can hand us folded dresses. They can gift us virgin wings. They can force on us their names. They can lock us in small rooms. They can thieve our words. They can attempt to take our choices too. But the one thing they can never steal, this fierce determination. What June taught me. Homage to The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. Wow. Okay, so these books that are supposedly fiction are, I offer you, or everything comes from the divine. It's a channeled work. It comes from spirit. It comes from the collective unconscious. It comes as creativity embodied in the human being that then scribes it, creates it, makes it manifest. And if you've read or watched any of Margaret Atwood's work, we can see aspects of it happening now. And if you align more and more and you trust your intuition rather than your mind intellect process, if you let go of the imbalance of the mind and start to work with the heart and the spirit more, then you will be shown things, you will be revealed things as you become free of past wounding and you embody healthy, loving, respectful ways of being, you will be given the tools of wisdom and deep esoterica. And this is the key for Neptune and Red Dragon and White Mirror. Both of those Mayan signs hold the planet of Neptune. So tomorrow, as I said, I'm going to be having this webinar and I will post a link to that. I will also post a decoder. If you don't know what your Mayan sign is, then please check it out and join me with your holograph story, and let's see what we can co-create together at this amazing time. So lots of love to you. If you'd like to know more about your codes, then please get in touch with me. I offer a free consultation and my website is flowwithjo.com. Let's make this time really be an amazing honouring of who we really are and what we came to do at this time, because that's truly what this is about.